with the weekly Paleo report, and it's only Tuesday. I usually do these on Wednesday, but the full moon is like right now, and I am in the cave of Antiparos, and I thought that this place is so spectacular. I wanted to share it with you. So the report is for the 20th, even though today's the 19th. The moon is in the very late final stages of Capricorn. 27 degrees 40 minutes is the full moon. And then, as of today, she goes into Aquarius. And on Friday, she's going to go into Pisces, staying there, moving through Pisces as we move down the cave. Okay, whoa, into Aries on Sunday. She'll be in Aries on Sunday, Monday, and then Tuesday she's going to go into Taurus. So the other big things that are happening besides the full moon is that Mercury and Venus, talked about them last week, going into Leo. They are in trine to Saturn up there in Sagittarius. Yeah. And beyond that, the Sun on Friday is going to join Venus and Mercury in Leo. Look at this. It's hard to keep talking when I'm shooting some of the most amazing places here. Look at all that just hanging. Talk about Hades. I'm here in Greece. Antiparos is an island right next to Paros. You know? So anyway, Friday, the sun moves into Leo. And I'd say the big thing going on right now that I want to talk about in the report is that the south node of the moon is conjunct Neptune, and it's going to get tighter and closer and closer and tighter, all the way until November 17th. And that is a lot of chaos and confusion. I'm going to talk about that in the report today. And then the other thing is that Uranus is conjunct Eris in the sign of Aries. I may have mentioned this before. It was really strong. June 8th, it was exact. And then they go retrograde, coming closer. Okay, July 25th. And then goes direct. And, I mean, they are within a couple of degrees of each other. Okay, basically all the way from June and July of this year going into March 16th of 2017 is going to be the next time that they conjunct together. But like I say, this whole time they are conjunct together. So it's really something to be looking for, watching out for. And it explains a lot of what's going on these days. So I'm going to find another place to continue the report, looking at the camera. Just wanted to give you a shot of the cave. Okay, everybody. Well, today I have an opportunity to practice my own mantra. I am on the windy island of Paros, visiting the Taos Center, an amazing, beautiful center. I'm here at the Margarita Hotel, and it is so windy out here. These islands, I was on Mykonos and now I'm here, and as you can see the trees behind me, this is like non-stop windstorm. So I'm on the balcony here. It's the only place I could find out of the wind to talk to you today. And this is like winds of change and all this, it's very hard to find stillness with everything that's going on these days in the media, within my own self, within our own selves, because south node of the moon, conjunct Neptune, in Pisces, the collective unconscious. I really am looking at this time, and what I want to do is, I usually do a weekly report about what this week is like or about, but we have to understand that the week exists within a month, the month within a year within a decade within an age and a millennium, and I mean it, so the more you understand the backdrop and the surrounding time period and environment and the bigger changes for humanity at large, the more we can place these daily events, weekly events, monthly events, or whatever, into a greater context to help give us a sense of meaning, a sense of purpose, which can bring a sense of peace and understanding to what otherwise can be experienced as overwhelming chaos and leading to states of fear, panic, overwhelm, desire to escape, avoid, hide out, duck and cover. So you may be feeling that urge to I just want to duck and cover and wait till this wave of confusion or insanity, passes. And what I can say is that south node of the moon is exactly conjunct Neptune, November 17th. And so this is just a time period now, it's building, it's going to be going all through the end of the year. Neptune is going to stay in Pisces, okay, until 2024. So we're still in this time period, and all I can say is the south node of the moon is opening up our past lives. It is opening up, it is bringing to the surface what was unconscious. And what was unconscious has been suppressed, and everything repressed and denied and avoided has been shoved down in the cellar. And it's moldy and rotten and stinky, and now we're opening that cellar and letting out all these fumes and the psychosis and neurosis and craziness and insanity that is the result. And I have to say, rage and anger is one of the byproducts of suppression. And when we look at this, Saturn in Sagittarius, squaring this Neptune all year, basically, okay, the Sagittarius is religion, belief systems, okay, spiritual, religious, atheism, agnostic, whatever. We have beliefs, and these beliefs have been conditioned over the last 6,000 years by male dominating religions, governments, dictators, societies, banks, business. It's been very much about, okay, this masculine, and the masculine wants to control and direct, give names to things and identify things and structure things and order things, and just really it's very physical, material, okay, like order and structure on this plane. This is our Saturn energy. This has created situations, religions, and it can even be parents, okay, and grandparents. There's just, traditions, okay, that have been handed down through the hereditary stream, okay, that we are sinners, that we are wrong, that we are bad, that we are small, that we need to improve ourselves and, get straight and stand up tall and walk right and say the right things and follow these commandments and this dogma in order to be worthy, to receive healthy,
holy and happy, we've had this whole list, okay, of instructions. And that has created false personas and false masks and people pretending and lying to themselves and lying to other people and trying to be something that they're essentially not, and you know, suppressing the instincts and the natural drives and just our natural self-expression. Now we've got Sun moving into Leo, Venus and Mercury in Leo, creative self-expression. Well, that creative self-expression has to, come out in the midst of a lot of adversity and a lot of resistance. Yes, by society, by the family, by partners, by our own past decisions. So, when I'm looking at this thing, and I want to give this bigger picture, okay, because Saturn, went into Sagittarius, okay, last fall, August, September, and it came around, okay, and it was in November. The north node of the moon moved into Virgo, okay, Saturn moved into this square with Neptune, and it's been doing that whole T-square that I've been talking about as the year of purification. And so what we have is, maybe some new truths, new ideas, new beliefs, new relationships, new job opportunities came around November and December. This is when seeds were planted. It can also be a time when you realized, or we had this realization, like, this is not working. This relationship's not working. This job is not working. Okay, this family situation, my living situation is not working. And this realization came around November, December, and then Saturn went forward and then turned retrograde, and Jupiter turned retrograde. Okay, and then in March, April, Mars turned retrograde. Okay, and then Venus went into the underworld, and so we've had that whole 6-month period, I would say, from November to June. Okay, of this, it's like you have this initial realization, and then it's like, okay, what do I do about it? I need to reflect. I need to reorganize. I need to rethink. I need to maybe stay home from this job or back out of that relationship, or find my new connections. So June, I would say, was kind of like this turning point. Okay, I did that webinar on June 4th. Okay, late June. Okay, June 29th, Mars turned direct. Whoosh. Yeah, and now Jupiter is direct, moving, okay, over the same degrees. Saturn is, still retrograde until August. It's coming back to 9 degrees, and then it's going forward. And it's going to, complete, okay, that square to Neptune. But also, I think a lot of this is going to be, opening up, finishing, and completing in September. Yeah? September, I think it's the 25th, Mars comes around by Saturn. Saturn squares the moon's nodes. And this Saturn squaring the moon's nodes is time to separate Saturn from the past, south node of the moon, in order to move forward and reach into the future north node of the moon. So when people ask me, when is this over, or how long is this going on, or whatever, I'm going to say, Jupiter moves into Libra, okay, September 10th, and then we move into this, late September. Saturn starts, in fresh territory, okay. It went up to 16 degrees before it went retrograde, and it's going to, move beyond that 16th degree, okay, October, November, and it's going to, move past this nexus, this vortex of energy going on with that T-square that I've been talking about for so long. So this year of purification is just, this process now. I almost feel it's like surgery, and it was like, okay, November, December, they cut us open. Okay, and opened up that wound, or opened up that collective unconscious, opened up, all this, craziness. And the way out or the way forward, you know, the way that I see it is, you know, this Saturn is calling us in Sagittarius to expand our world perception. Whether you embrace astrology or the tarot or some other, you know, system or belief or organization, it's time for us to find a deeper meaning to our daily lives, to our daily existence. And Chiron is also part of this whole picture. I don't want to talk forever, but this healing, this wound of abandonment by God, yes, and, you know, which is what Chiron in Pisces is about right now. I mean, it really deals so much with living a spiritual purpose and not be seeking financial or emotional security and sacrificing what I really believe I am here for. And, you know, it's, you know, and I'm doing this for the money, or I'm doing this, you know, out of guilt, or because I'm ashamed, you know, of expressing my true needs or my true self, you know, and I'm going to get rejected, or I'm going to stir up, you know, tip the apple cart of other people's lives in my family or relationships or business. So it's like, this is really where we're being called to walk our talk, to step into this place of integrity. And that integrity involves that I have a bigger mission for the next generation and the next generation and the next generation. And it's not just all about my security and my happiness and my, you know, bank account, but it's like really about tapping into the divine, tapping into whether they're angels or extraterrestrials or, you know, Pleiadians or gnomes or fairies. We want to be opening up that crown chakra and our root chakra and see, you know, that we are like on this string that connects the core of Gaia to far distant galactic realms. And we are, you know, we're the connecting rod. We're the lightning rod here. And it's like we really, it's time to stay in our center and not get whipped out by bad news or by abandonment or somebody leaving or my need to leave, or, but it's just like really be so clear and so solid in finding our truth, speaking our truth, walking our truth. It's all about this truth, truth, truth. Woo, baby! So the mantra for this week is, it's about becoming a master when surrounded by disaster. I stay within my center, not as victim, but as creator. I got my creator spirit shirt on here. It was a gift. It's yeah. We can slip these days. The shadow side of Pisces is the martyr and the victim, and that feeling of helplessness against evil or the dark side or the maniacs or the government or the military or, you know, the economic situation. It's so tempting to blame and point fingers, but as soon as we blame and point fingers, we lose our power. We're giving our power away to outside forces. So if we want to hold in our creative power, what does the I Ching say? One of my favorite lines is, the best way to fight evil is to make progress toward the good. As we focus and we direct our attention and our energy towards new creative projects that maybe had their seeds in November, December, well, guess what? It is going to happen. Amidst all the turmoil and blockages and limitations, it's just like test, test, test. But, you know, it's because we're building an age of Aquarius that's going to last for 2,000 years. And if we want to build something that's going to last and evolve over 2,000 years, we need a rock solid foundation based upon natural law. That's Saturn in Sagittarius. Let's be in touch with nature. Listen to nature, the forces of nature, and nature coming up within ourselves, and view, understand, and witness ourselves as one with nature, as part of nature. And then Gaia, nature, is going to just like give us that Kundalini chi blast without the cappuccino. And we'll be able to just like, boom, break through. And like I say, you know, Mars went direct, you know, Jupiter is direct. Things are moving, maybe imperceptibly at first, but you know, it's going to be just like, you know, the seed sprouts those roots and all this stuff goes on underground, and then one day, boom, you've got a new tree, you've got a new flower, you've got a new plant. Well, that new tree, that new flower, that new plant is, you know, it's coming. It's coming. It's on the horizon. Jupiter's going to go into Libra. Yeah, we're going to get stitched up, and we're going to have a party. So look forward, you know, to this movement. Hang in there, stay in there, keep going. It's about becoming a master when surrounded by disaster. I stay within my center, not as victim, but as creator. Namaste. Aloha. So much love.